If you ask me, the single greatest character in the entire Resident Evil video game series is the one...
What?
The only...
What is it?
Barry Burton.
Whoa.
Not this weird, clean-shaven imposter, I don't know who that is. That's Dave Coulier or some shit. No, I'm talking about the real Barry Burton with the red beard and whatnot. And for years and years and years, hardcore Resident Evil fans were trying to figure out who this actor is, the guy who played the original Barry, and nobody could find him. You beat the game and it just says that his name is Gregory, no last name or anything like that. How are we supposed to figure out who this actor is just by Gregory? There's a million Gregorys. But people kept on trying to find this guy for over 20 years and it seemed like we would never find him. But guess what? Gregory has been found and I've got all the information in this video. Resident Evil is one of, if not my #1 favorite game of all time, and one of the factors that I think made it so memorable is the acting.
I've been thinking something is wrong with this house.
Oh my god.
It's a monster!
That game is famous for its terrible, awkward, yet super charming and quotable voice acting. If you've played this game as much as I have, it probably almost feels like these actors are a part of your life, and yet most of us have no idea who they are. And Capcom really didn't give us much to work with in that regard. You beat the game and it just tells you everybody's first name, that we don't even know for sure their real names. In the case of Barry, they only gave us the name Gregory to figure out who he is. And you know, of course, because of that, people's imaginations go wild. They're wondering, are these people they found in the streets? They friends of the developers? Are they porn actors? Who knows? We don't know. People had all kinds of theories about these actors over the course of so many years. They did all kinds of research back in the day on their 56K modems, but it never really seemed to amount to much. It wasn't until more perceptive gamers started to notice that Barry's voice actor was actually in a bunch of other games. As it turns out, this particular actor has loaned his voice to a lot of characters throughout the late 90s and 2000s. And thankfully, some of these games did a much better job of actually crediting him. So as it turned out, Barry Burton in the original Resident Evil game was voiced by a Norwegian translator and actor named Barry... God, if I have any fucking Norwegian followers on this, they're gonna murder me for how I try to pronounce this guy's name. Barry Gjerde, one of those has to be close. But yeah, this actor, who's really named Barry, has loaned his voice to a lot of games, including Mega Man X7.
How long has this madness been going on?
Elebits.
Let me tell you a story.
And he's also done a bunch of commercials.
Motorcycle riding is fun.
And look at him, that's Barry, right? That's Barry. It's like a little bit older, but that's Barry, right? We found our guy, that's it. End of the story, mystery solved, right? Not quite. You see, in an interview that Barry did with ResidentEvilDatabase, he said that he was actually not the guy in the live-action scenes. I have never, ever been called Gregory, nor have I ever used that name. Possibly Gregory is that live actor's name, or is it just a fabrication? I don't know. I was, and I still am, very surprised to see people writing on internet blogs as if they were experts on myself or other voice actors. There were just so many errors and inaccuracies. You would be shocked. So there you go. The voice actor Barry is not Barry in the live action scenes. Barry actually had two different actors, and thus the 2 decades long search for Gregory continues. And that search would continue for a long time until September of 2017, when an internet user going by the name Dr. Raichi discovered the actual Gregory. And after being discovered, Gregory, whose full name is Gregory Smith, went on to do an interview with ResidentEvilDatabase.com in which he shared a lot of inside information from the production of these live sequences. Gregory, who was and still is an Australian school teacher and principal, was actually discovered in the streets by Capcom developers. He so closely resembled the drawings they had made of Barry that they saw him and just knew that they had their guy. Gregory actually did record some dialogue for the game, however the producers didn't like his Australian accent. Can you imagine that? Like, Barry could have been Australian. Hey, nay, you were almost a Jill sandwich, mate. And as it turns out, when they were filming these live-action sequences, they didn't actually tell the actors what they were working on. Gregory had no idea what Resident Evil even was until kids in his town recognized him from the game. He also put to bed the rumor that the people in his picture were his actual family. According to Gregory, they were also actors. So there you have it, a 21-year-old gaming mystery finally solved. Check out this other video, I will see you next time.